here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish. Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Hello everyone, how are we going? Welcome to the show. Friday, yay! Happy about that. How are we going? Karen Day, what's going on? Terry's here and Karen are here. What is going on? Tell me. So I did some really nice fine sanding on this guy. Got the edges perfect, and this has got one coat on it. Sanded it back lightly, ready to go a second coat. And we're going to do that. And once we do that, we are going to start a new build that I wanted to get started before Christmas. So what we're going to do is get some oil on this guy, slip it away and let it rest while we get planning and starting on the new build. Don't audit. I hate audits. Thankfully, I don't have to do them anymore. You just say no. No, I will not do them anymore. And it all goes away magically. Terry, you and me both. Absolutely. Okay. So let's get you down here. Let's have a look at this beautiful girl. I'll switch over the camera. There we go. We're going to do this little guy as well. I've lightly rubbed that back and sanded this guy. I'm going to pop this guy just up here. Get my oils out. Get the oils out. Running out of oil. We're running really low. Running out of oil. We're running really low. That's okay. We can get more. Let's do the bridge first. Little bridge guy. This guy here. So let's do that guy first. There's that little guy there. He's starting to get him nice and almost finished now. That's a third coat on there. That's probably enough. I'll let that dry and see what it looks like. Go away. Let's do this guy here. I'm just going to get some gloves on. It's a little bit messy, just a tad messy. I love burning maple. It's smooth and smells so good, but I hate burning the flame. Yes, I know. It is. That's okay. Maisie Days, what's going on? Good evening to you. Welcome on in. What is going on? Dana, Banana. My God, you're here. Let's have a look at this beautiful girl here. See what we can do with this gorgeous creature. Just working that in. Too much stuff, Dana. It's okay. Don't apologize ever. You're here now, so that's all that counts. Work it in, work it in, work it in. Do a little dance. Work a little oil. Do a little dance. Work it in, work it in. Do a little dance. Work it in, work it in. Do a little dance. We go in, we work it in, and then we just brush it through and just push that across. Make sure there's no pools anywhere. Try and get it as flat a finish as we can. Mario, it's me, Mario. How you doing, mate? What is up? It's all up. Still here. Still there. No, I'm still here. I'll always be here. I'll be here forever and a day. All right. That's that guy there. Let's do the sides. I'm going to grab this girl. Grab her by the whatsy coovid. I'm just going to put my hand down underneath and pick her up from that. I can just do this now. Okay. Let's rest her up here. Start up this end here. Not going to touch that area there because we need the glue to stick to the wood. So we're going to go just on either side of the place that is known as the place. You can see that beautiful ribbon grain just starting to pop when we put the oil on there. The streaky ribbon grain. It's beautiful on this Queensland maple. A lot like mahogany. Satiny sort of feel. difference in the colour. That guy pop now. Cook away, Mario. That's always good. Cooking away. Looks amazing. Maisie, thank you very much. It's starting to come up good. Starting to get together. Getting our crap together here. Slowly but surely. Let's have a look at this tail end. I was just chatting with Gio. He's in Colorado, in Denver. He's at a gym. He's just doing some cardio at the moment. He found an indoor place to train. He's got his trial coming up this weekend. A couple of days of trialing with one of the clubs in Denver. See how he goes. I told him to jump in a chat if he's available. So if he's not too bored, he might jump in a chat if he gets the message. Looks like a real guitar now. It's starting to get there, mate. It's starting to get there. How are you, Tom? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Okay, we've got that guy done. We should do one on the top as well. Give that a little bit of a doobie. So let's put my arm through there. Turn that over. Let's give this girl a good wash. Now the colour will change. You'll notice it'll get quite dark, a lot darker. It's a beautiful light honey sandy colour. And there's lots of stuff happening on the edges. Lots of stuff happening on the edges. Not quite spalted, but it has got some really interesting ring marks. I'm just doing a light coat. I have given it one coat and sanded it back. I'm just going to give it a second coat now, very lightly. The binding detail has turned out really, really nice. I'll give you guys a look in a minute. Let me get this guy worked into this bunya pine cap, or top, I should say. Drinking that all up. It's good. Get up, get up, get up, get on up, get up, get on up. Give you guys a look. Second coat. So there's our second coat. Okay, we've got that guy starting to get a bit of a sheen going now. The front's done as well. There's the front there. So you can see that colour. It's gone a little bit sandier. There's the contrast there. You can see all those marks up there. We'll let that dry and give that a light sand. The tailpiece has to be glued. The tailpiece. The oil is sanded off here. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, it is already sanded. I haven't actually oiled it. You can see that there. It's still raw, Tom. So lots of glue there, about an inch on either side to grab that neck. And then we'll touch it up. Once the neck is in, we'll then oil any exposed wood. So, yeah, I've already got that. I've already got that sanded and flat and ready to go. And the bridge, yeah, the bridge will be sanded as well. I'm going to sand the bridge area once I mark it up. So, yeah, and the top I'll leave alone now until I'm going to sand that probably right back. It's just a seal coat. Sand that right back, work with the bridge, and then finish it off once the bridge is on. Probably the top only probably needs another coat. I don't want it too shiny. I want it pretty matte finish. I want the sides to pop a little bit more than the top. I want it to really contrast. See the shine difference? How the top is a little bit shinier than the sides? Sorry, the top is a little bit matte compared to the sides. I like that finish. So it just adds a little bit of dynamic color and movement. But let's hang that guy up. And what else we've got to do? Something else I was going to do. Oh, yes, of course. We're going to trim the heel now. I've marked the heel up, and we're going to trim it. So let me pop this guy up here. Let's hang her up high. Hang her high. Hang her high. Hang her high. And what I want to do is grab the neck and trim that heel with a saw. Just cut that off. And then we're going to start a new build. We're going to start a Tiger Eye Les Paul style calf top, which I want to do. Now this neck is looking good. We've got the heel marked out. So I've got a line here, about a 1/4 inch or so, has to come off. You can see there's a line right there. We've got to saw that straight off. And then once we fit that neck in, we can then shape the front and get it exactly how we want it. Let's bring this up here. And I'll grab the Shinto, which I have. Mark this around the corner. Okay. We're going to cut that off. And then when we fit it, we're going to sand it flush with the back. So it's going to look neat as anything, and it will blend nicely into the binding. The binding, I did scrape the top edges, and it's really the black really looks good now. So we've got that sorted out. Mark, what's going on? Big Bumstead in the house. Greetings to you, my friend, as well. Yeah, some of the X's are like that. That does remind me of that as well. Let's, but it's unlike a Martin. Absolutely nothing like one. Let's cut this off. easy. Snip it off, that's okay. This end. That piece for a little bit of make some black dots and whatever else we have to make. Right, let's clean up and let's get a new started. So that's been trimmed off now, and that is going to fit flush with the back of the guitar, and we'll shape that once once the body's dry and I refit it and test it. I'll just make sure that I've got the right amount off there. It was just a little bit under. I've cut a little bit less than I need to. I do want to file the rest of it off so that it is flush with the back, with the top. So let's put that away. Hang that up next to its friend. And we're going to start a new build. So guys, let me grab the woods that have arrived. We've got a beautiful piece of, we're going to start by building or planning this build, a beautiful piece of ribbon grained mahogany. We're going to put this maple cap on it, a flame maple cap, and we're going to build a carved top, what I call the L6, which is traditionally shaped like a Leslie. Slightly different neck angle, about 3 degrees, and we're going to, and obviously the headstock shape's different. The headstock is probably going to be Coachwood or Tasmanian blackwood. I'm going to go and grab those materials now. And the fretboard, of course, is going to be ebony or rosewood. We're going to keep to the traditional, probably go with the ebony, and get that darker sound that they're renowned for, especially with the mahogany and the maple brightening up a little bit on the top. Okay, so let's put that saw away. I'll go and grab those pieces and we'll quickly bring them over and see what they look like and start planning and plotting and get a start on that today, I think. How do we feel about that? Anybody want to build a Leslie? Let's go. You miss them. Be Bumstead, get back to it, mate. Get back into it. I don't miss them, but I do enjoy them now and again when just for something different. Does anybody recognize this? Let me grab my stuff. Okay. Right, we've got a very special neck blank. This guy here. All right, so let's show you the stuff that we've got here. So, starting with the body. Yeah. mahogany. 2-piece, joined already. African mahogany, ribbon grain. Beautiful ribbon grain. This will be the back. You'll see this on the back. Let me get you some, let's put some color on that. Let's picture this. Let's picture this. Rich, beautiful ribbon grained mahogany. Okay, that's the back. Looks like a piece of mahogany. Looks sensational. Nice, beautiful ribbon. Orby, 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 what's going on? Let's build. Exactly. Orby in the house. Orby, this is a slab of African mahogany I landed the other day. This is, we're making Leslie. That's the body. We've got maple, flamed maple cap, carved top. That guy. So we've got lots of flame through there, all the way across it. There's lots of big rays coming through there as well. I'm going to check this side as well. This side might be better. I'll double check. Yeah, it's quite heavy too. So the quilts, you can see that there. It's pretty consistent. It's pretty consistent. This side's pretty good. There's lots and lots of quilt across there. Okay, so that cap is going to be glued onto that body, and we're going to carve that top. And we're going to make ourselves a proper Leslie style L6. Okay, lots of flame going on there. It's not too heavy. It's not too heavy, but once I hit that with black and rip it right back, you'll see that does go right across, right across, right across, right across. All right. Now, neck woods, we've got this beautiful, and this is something that Orby is going to love. Australian rosewood neck, ribbon grained. Look at that. Look at that billet there. Quarter sawn, Australian rosewood. Looks like the bit ribbon mahogany. A little bit more colourful. More on the reddish side, but with that body and that. Okay, you're going to have a really good matching neck to fit in there. And of course, to run on there, we've got this ebony, your classic ebony. We've got rosewood, but I'll probably go with the ebony and big blocks. Let me grab those. Give you an idea what we're talking about. I've got the thinner ones here. Mother of pearl blocks down here. Okay, and your big boys up here. So we're going to go for the old school Leslie. Not old school Leslie, the person in our chat. You're not a fan of the blocks yourself. I know, Terry. I know. Now I could do something completely different and completely carve a massive inlay in this thing. but I don't have 6 months and that much. These are the rectangular vintage blocks. There's also the V-shaped blocks, which are a little bit more shapely. I don't have any of those on me at the moment. Dots are nice, but on this Leslie, I want to really make sure this neck stands out. So once they're in there, Terry, you're going to love it, let me tell you. So what do we think of that? I think they're the materials we're going to use. Hardware, we're going to go for a traditional, probably a road, not a road worn, but a brushed chrome set. Not a chrome as such set, shiny chrome. We're probably going to go for a more used look. I'll see, or a more vintage look, I should say. We'll talk about that, and we'll also talk about which ones we're going to use. This is the bridge I made for the acoustic, so that's coming out nicely. That's got 3 coats on it now, and that's almost ready to go. Popping that aside there, it was just there. So that's it, ladies and gents. Without further ado, let's get started with the planning. So this guy here, beautiful big neck. This is a gorgeous neck. I love this neck. Look at the thickness in that. We're going to cut a lot of that away. We're going to have angled headstocks. We're going to do all that stuff. We're going to do all that stuff, Terry. Gorgeous neck. I love it. Lots of ribbon grain. Okay, let's get cracking. Let's start with the neck while we're here. Let's put a nice big center line in there. Let's get some neck templates down there. Let's mark this girl up. So first things first, center lines. Let's grab our straight edge. Let's grab a glass of water. Who's excited? Terry, are you excited that we're building another guitar? Cheers, big ears. They're not uniform in size. Is that the OCD kicking in again, Terry? Is that the OCD kicking in? Probably is, but that's okay. I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's sharpen this little guy up. Badoing. Yes, it's the OCD. The CDO. Ha! Not always, Tom. They're not always trapezoids. They're rectangular sometimes. I like the rectangular ones. I haven't decided yet. I might buy the curved trapezoids, the ones with the flutes that curve in like so. The ones that look like that. Okay. Let's measure this girl out. 4 inches wide. It's literally a 4 by 2 by 4. Seebley's with a sub, 28 months. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Seebley's. Awesome stuff, as always. This has got to be a spot-on build. We are going to get this and nail it. It's got every element under the sun. It has a set neck. It has a car top. It has vintage wiring. It has vintage tuners. It has something based on a 59 PAF or a 57 PAF, something vintage in the sound. But it's going to have a modern look. It's going to have a really classic look, but a really gorgeous color and really different neck. And that's why I love it. That's our center line right there, guys and girls. I need to grab some templates. So let's grab some templates. 24 and 3/4 inches of scale length. Yeah. 24 and 3/4. I've even got this fantastic, if I can find it, to show you guys. It might be somewhere. I made a beautiful black butt, snakeskin, which is black butt, quilted black butt pick guard for it, but I'm not going to put a pick guard on it because you're hiding all this other stuff. Although it would look good. Okay, 24 and 3/4 inch. That's our scale. Okay. So let's keep that aside. Just feeling that that's already been dressed. It's already been thicknessed and dressed. We've got the right thickness there. I'll grab the side template, side profile. And I'll grab our headstock friend, of course. There's our side profile. I do not do scarf joints. What I do is I use the whole thickness and make it one piece. No scarf joints. LP's marked off there. This is an arch top headstock. I've marked the LP, it's an inch shorter. I'm going to leave this tail long so I can determine how long that tenon's got to be. The tenon's going to be. We're going to mark this guy out. So let's mark some. There's our zero right there. There's our angle. I'm going to check that in a minute and see what angle that is. We're going to probably chop an inch or so and stick it to the end. I'll also have a little bit from the front that I can stick on there to close off the length of the. It will be a little bit shorter though, so I might even use a little bit of a ebony or rosewood, not rosewood, ebony or ebony cap for the heel. We'll see how we go. We can decide on that later. I'm just going to check that angle. That's why I'm marking it. Let's mark the profile. Just get a rough look at that, so you can see roughly what this guy is going to look like. All this waste here, I don't want to waste it. I might cut that out and use this big block in the middle here. It's a 1 inch thick piece of mahogany, and it's such a shame to waste. Okay, I'm going to have to stick a little piece there, another inch. This side's fine, so that inch will come off the end and it'll go there. We've got a volute, unlike the LPs. The tenon will run off that way. Got that angle there. I want to check that angle. All right, I've marked that out somewhat. Let me check that angle. 4 degrees. 4 degrees, so we're not going to cut that yet. I don't want it to be 4 degrees. I want it to be 3 degrees. I'm going to change that later. That's okay. Let's mark out where the first fret is. Sorry, the 0 fret. Right there. Okay, grab our square. Alrighty. Just for reference, I'm going to put the headstock template on there just to get an indication of where to cut that truss rod in there. So let's grab that template. Box of templates comes out. There's our headstock. We allow a little bit of room for the nut. Mark that out roughly. Gives us an idea. Our nut goes in there. The headstock falls away from there. Let's measure the distance between here. How thick are we making this neck, guys and girls? Where is that rule? Here it is. Oops. .44 millimeters. Well, what do you know? That sounds a little bit like a Gibson, sort of. 44 is what I do mine anyway, so 22 is what we're doing on either side. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. That's it, 44. Let's mark the scale out. The fretboard lies on there. It starts over here. That's 0. Center line. 24 frets, 24 and 3/4 inches. 12th fret is here. The 24th fret is here, the end of the board. And the thickness between there and there is 56 on my necks. which means it's 28 on either side. Join them up. Join them up. Let's get a visual. Let's get a visual. Let's get a visual. Now, the beauty of this guy is we can probably, yeah, that's fine. Yep, there. Now, that's the fretboard. Double check that again. 24 3/4. Yep, the fretboard ends there. We've got a tenon coming off under there. It's chipped, it doesn't matter. Down in there. Okay. So we're going to extend this section here with a 1 1/4 inch. Actually, let me just grab the tenon size. I've got the map here. I've got the plans here. What is the tenon size? 50, an inch and a half, an inch and a half. Metric 38. Which means 19 on each side. $19 millimeters on each side. That tenon, let's see where that goes. Okay, yeah, that's the tenon there. So the neck actually stops here. You've got the fretboard overhanging, and the tenon will be about 3 or 4 inches long. What do we got here? 4 inches, right? So we're going to go 4 inches from here, where the neck finishes, to there is where the tenon's going to be. And of course, you won't see that part of the tenon because the fretboard is going to actually sit over it to there. Yet the tenon underneath the thing is going to look like this. If that's your tenon, it's going to actually start where the neck finishes here, and you've got about 4 or 5 frets of overhang, actually more, because we're crossing over way up higher, and that's going to cover up the channel. That's okay. That's all fine. That means the end of the neck. Let's mark the end of the neck, and we know where the tenon is then. So the end of the neck is going to be right here. So our tenon runs through here. Line it up. There. Our tenon runs through there. Okay. 4 inches. from the edge of the, yep, it's 4 1/4 actually. 4 1/4. So let me get the exact measurement. 25 millimeters. Sorry, 205 millimeters. 4 inches, 4 1/4 inches. 105 millimeters. What am I saying? 205. 105 millimeters. Perfect. That's perfect. There. I can cut that piece off and use that for the rest of my heel. I also need a piece for the front. I've got a bit of work to do, so don't fret. We're going to be fine. Get this nice and straight. All right, there's our tenon in there. So our mortise is going to be like that. And then the top of the guitar is up here. Okay, we've got our basic perimeter and our basic neck top. We can put a truss rod channel in there now. We can plan for that. Let's cut in what we can cut in. Let me catch up with the chat too. Sorry, I don't mean to. That was a lot of focus for me, a lot of math. And my head hurts when I do math. Archeros is in the house. How you doing? Welcome on in. Thank you for dropping in, my friend. Tom, you are right. Pets are going to take a piece of our hearts with them. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you wish they stayed longer than people. The nice ones, anyway. The nice pets. And there's some, not the nice people, though. But yeah, you know what I mean. As long as people, that would be good. Okay, let's have a drink. Cheers, big ears. Here's looking up your old address. Let's get a modern truss rod. Modern day truss rod. Trust me. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. There we go. Look at that guy. Hey? Brilliant. Nice and long, isn't it? Okay, let's mark that guy out. I'm just going to extend the channel on either side for the big fat head. And we'll just run down there like that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Down to there. Okay. Right. Let's put a route in there, shall we? I'm going to route this guy here. So, we've got this guy marked out. We're now going to get the router and route that channel while we still have these nice, thick, straight edges. Let's use the bench. There we go. You guys can see. Clamps, Terry. We need a couple of clamps. That's right. Right. We've got that guy down and firmly placed. Let's grab our router. Let's find the little guy that we want. We need a fence. We need an actual router. And we need a 1/4-inch bit. I will find it in a second. Here it is. Gotcha. First things first, let's remove the other doobie whacker. Subscription for 12 months. Oh, wow. In a row. Oh, that's fantastic. Dana, thank you for the gifted sub. Sibley's earlier with the sub at 28 months and the gifted sub from Dana. Thank you. Now, someone rang a bell. I don't know why. Did someone follow? No. Might have been the gifted sub. Gotcha, mister. Let's put that one away. Let's throw this guy down on the floor, out of our way. Grab some power while we're here. Okay, let's put this guy together. So we'll stick this guy in. That's our 1/4-inch channel cutter. That's in. Put our base on. And of course, we now have to attach our fence and align the center with our fence and our blade. I love using the router. Terry, have I ever said to you how much I love using the router? Did I ever share that with you guys, that I love using the router? Almost where it needs to be. Little adjustment will be required. Loosen that guy. Knock him back. Let's line everything up. Okay, that seems to be where we need to be. Tighten that guy up. Check the alignment. There is a marked line there, so I can see how to align that along That's spot on. That's perfect. Okay, that's good. And we're good to go. So I'm going to start off with we're probably going to do 3 passes. I'm going to start with a very, very, very shallow, about 1/8 of an inch pass. First things first, though, I need to just run that and score a scratch on the surface and see if I'm on the line. So, run it all the way up. Have a look. It's right on the line. Okay, we're good. We're going to cut it right on the line. So we're aligned beautifully. We can visualize that. We can check it. We can confirm that it's working the way it should. That's going to go all the way to where it needs to go. Let me mark the end of the hole. There, and the start is here. Got a visual on that. Okay, safety gear. Let's do it. Safety gear, mask, goggles, gloves. You've never known that about me. Ha! Roustabout router. No, safety first indeed. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Right. Let's get our gloves. This won't hurt me a bit. Power's off. Plug it in. There we go. Nice and clean. Let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, we're getting there. Let's just check the size. Perfect. A little bit deeper. Let's just check the depth of this guy. 9 millimeters. Should be the final pass. Let's go. Beautiful. Perfect. Let's do the, let's freehand this end. Right. Oh, okay. All right, there's a little bump just here. Grab a file. Little bump just here. Clean that out. A bit wider here. There we go. Perfect. Done. There we go. All right, so there it is. Truss rod's in there. That's going to go a little bit deeper because we are going to angle that headstock away. So now what's left to do is start cutting out this guy, get rid of some of these pieces, tack on some of this to the heel so we can get that heel going. And we're pretty much there with the neck, initial neck cut out. Leslie's in the house. Leslie, what is happening? In you go. All right. Let me pop this router away. And we're going to go back to working on this guy here. Let me pick that out. All right. Leave this here. I'm going to start cutting this guy out. Look what we need to do here. Let's cut off this end here. I need a piece of, actually, I don't want to cut that off. I do want to cut that off, but I've got other pieces of rosewood. I have got other pieces of rosewood I need to use in my scrap pile. I'll have to dig them out later and find out where they are. In the meantime, I'm just going to measure what this offcut needs to be. I need approximately 40 millimeters, 42 millimeters. Let's take 42 millimeters from here. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I'll just shorten the 10 by a little bit. Yeah. I'll mark there. Make it. No, I'm going to leave it like that. That's going to be more than enough. That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm going to cut that straight across there, and I'm going to glue that guy into there, and that'll give us the depth of the heel. We don't need the whole lot, but we do need to add some depth here. Or do we? Let me just hang on a second. Wait a minute. Wait a second. How much do I need to put there? may not need to do that. Hang on. Tenon. I'll have to go back to the original plans and find out. Okay, that's got to go the depth of the body. No. We'll need to put, because of the, oh, hang on. Yeah, geez, you know what? That's going to go close. I'm going to cut that off and glue it anyway. They can't hurt. Let's cut that across there. Ba-doing! And that guy can go right there. We'll probably only need a little bit of a heel there. Go that way. And of course, I'll need a little piece at the end here. How much here will we need? Let's have a little look, shall we? Let's move this over up to here. And let's have a little look at this profile again and see how far out we may be. So that's going to give me, so there's the Les Paul. So I only need about ½ an inch there. That's fine. I've got that covered. We're going to add that there. And we're good to go. Here, we're going to need, not much at all. A little square in there. Wow, actually, it's quite a substantial amount. That might be better off. You know what? That's going to suit both needs. I'm going to saw that in half and use both halves here and here, and we'll be good to go. Because that's more than enough width to serve both purposes with the same coloured piece of wood. Will that work if I do that? No, it won't. I need it to be wide. I need it to be that wide, so I need to cut another piece. That's okay. Probably use the top half here and maybe cut a scarf joint. I don't want to do scarf joints. I don't like them. I hate scarf joints. Did I tell you how many times how much I hate scarf joints, Terry? Have I told you that? We do need to glue this here. Let's do that. Glue that guy right there. I've got to sand that flat. That's flat. That'll work. Okay, let's do that. Let's glue that up. Glue, clamps. What do we need, Terry? Do we need glue? Do we need clamps? What do we need? Let me catch up with the chat because I'm a bit slack today. What do we got? Who's there? Who else is in here? Grab a little file, do a little dance. That's it. Excellent. Everyone's just chatting away. I'm just going to let you guys chat like a bunch of buffoons that you are. How many clamps do I need, Terry? How many clamps do I need, Terry? All of them? Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Maybe 2. Maybe 3. Let's go for 2. Stick it down. Right there. That's the heel extension. We will cut that. We've got squeeze out. We're all looking good. It's all happening. Great, 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 great. That's all good. Sliding around. Making a mess. Making a mess is good. Clamps! On this side. That. Gotcha. Okay, let's wipe the excess. So, okay, that's done. That's glued. We're happy. That ain't moving. Great. I'm just going to grab another piece of. It's a shame because I need to cut that piece there. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave that neck now. We're going to start on the body. Let's leave that to dry. We've got our truss rod cavity cut, and tomorrow or later on, when I can take those clamps off, I'm going to slice that headstock off, angle it, and use the back of that on here just to give me that extra inch or 2 of thickness I need at the tip. So that's fine. A dowel in the center. No good. You don't need that. No, most of this will get cut away. That's more than enough, Tom. I've done this a fair few times. That will not move. And remember, we're only going to keep about 2 inches. The other inch on either side is going to come off. But yeah, that'll work a treat. You don't need additional weight. We don't want to put any more weight in it. A dowel's a good idea, but I don't need it. That can move if we want because we've got some play there. We've got an inch on either side to play with. Let's grab the body. Let's start with that guy. Let's get that guy marked up, shall we? I'll just move this bench. And we'll mark this guy up and see what we need to do. Drawings, lots of drawings at first. We're going to go nice and slow with this one. I want to take our time. I want us to enjoy the build, not rush it. It's not a 24-hour stream. We don't have to rush it. Terry, do we have to rush it? Probably not. Yeah, the fly, there's a buzzing fly, a big blowfly. I've got the door open because it's quite a hot day in Sydney today. Probably up around the 29, 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that about, 80, 85. It's warm. It's not stinking hot, but it is warm. And it's in the middle of the day. It's 12:30, so it's quite warm now. Okay, let's get this guy up. We are definitely going to glue this guy down on this side. This is the side that we need. That's beautiful. I love that. That's awesome. That's tops. That's fantastic. That's going to be amazing. Or is it? Or is it? We'll worry about that later. This side might be better, actually. I dare say this side is a lot better. We're gonna go with this side, guys. We're gonna go with this side. Okay. But first things first, look at this. Beautiful ribbon mahogany. Let's pick a side that's going to be gorgeous at the back. This side's the dress side, I think. Yep. So that's the top. That's the inside. Left-hander? Absolutely not. Center line required. First things first. Let's get those lines marked out. Center line. Where are you? Where is it? Pencil. This guy. That fly is really bugging me. Get it? See what I did there, Tom? That fly is really bugging me. Jeez, I don't know. If I keep this up, who knows where it might take us. Let's put a nice big center line down here. There's our center line. I need to make another template. This one's a little bit warped. This one's a little bit warped. It will work though. Get off there. Ta-da! Okay, can you see that? You can see that. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-ba. We've got to cut this out, don't we? We've got to cut this out. And then sand all those edges. And I've got a problem because my sander blew a stand, cracked a component, and I have to probably replace my sander, which I can't do at the moment. I'm talking about the bench sander that I use to shape the edges. I can use, actually I can turn it on its side. That's okay. We can turn it on its side. We have ways of making this work. Anyway, what I've got to do now is cut all this out. Now I can do it quickly on the bandsaw, or I can do it by hand here. So what do you guys think I should do? Quickly by bandsaw or by hand? Oh, have a break. Bandsaw. That settles it. I'll be doing it by hand. We've got to do a bandsaw. I've got to set up the bandsaw in the other room. I'm not going to bother getting the camera over there now. Let's not do anything with this. Let's take a measurement of that width. 40 millimeters. That's good. That's good. It's a thin body, so that extra cap on top is going to be nice. Yep. Rosewood. Very closely coloured. It's a light ebony. Of course, once we put some oil on there, it will darken up. It will turn a dark colour. Let's start with a fretboard. I'll leave the body for now. I'm going to go thickness this and get this measured up and cut up. Let's go back to the main screen. I'm going to take you down there. That guitar's in the way, so I'm going to move it. We're going to go to the thicknesser and bring this down from 9 millimeters down to about 6. And then we radius it and it ends up being about 4 to 5. That's 9.7, so that's way too much. Let's take this over. Our beautiful piece of ebony. And let's give that a little bit of a wacky do. This guy's dry now. I'll take this off. Oh, it's beautiful. A little bit tacky still. Just put it down on its face. There we go. Let you guys look at that while I set up. Let me go set this up and we'll get this rowdy. Okay, we're good to go. Alrighty, let's flick you over and let's do this. Ba-doing, let's go thickness. All the power tools are used. Terry likes the power tools. Terry, do you like the power tools? Headphones, volume down, Tom. We're about to go nuts. I'll give you 10 seconds to take your volume down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Failure. Oh, yeah. Okay. I unplugged it before. Five more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can turn your volume back up. You can turn your volumes back up now. And here's our ebony. You can see some streaks in that. That will level out once we still on the thick side. But by the time we it's about 6 millimeters, and by the time we radius that, it'll come down to about 4. Okay, we can start with a center line through here and start getting this guy figured out. Let's pick a good side, this side here. And it's almost a dark mocha purpley color. It's really beautiful. I want to check that out. I'll do that later. Okay, let's grab a rule. Let's get the center lines going. $68.34. 34. Is our center line? Somewhat. Okay, good. See that? Okay. And what I want to do now is I want to grab our scale ruler and let's mark out where all those frets have got to go. 24 frets, fine. Zero's up here. Okay, cool. So let's mark 0. Zero's there. Wow, we're cutting it short. Maybe I need to go further up. Let's give it a bit more. Take it up a bit further. Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on a second. Square.
Mom, somebody just followed me.
Okay, that side's square. This guy, is this guy square? $70. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right, let's do that. The Smooth Zucchini, thank you for the follow. How you doing? Come on in. What is happening? Tell us. What's going on in your world? Is your world rocking with the free world? Get some sharpness in there because we're going to be putting down frets. Laying down frets, brother. Laying down frets. Let's get rid of a couple of lines here. Grab our scale. Zero is here. 1 is here. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $24. I might even bind this fretboard. How about a bound fretboard? Do we want to add more complexity? Terry, do we want to add more complexity? That's the question I ask you. My world is going to bed. It's 3 a.m, but one to follow for another day to watch. No worries. Good to see you. Go and get some rest. Happy, sweet dreams, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Okay, there's our little friends. Let's get our widths done. So we said it was 44 at the headstock end. That's 22 aside. And at the 24th, we said it was 56. 24 is here. That's 28 aside. Where's that center line? There it is. 28. Just scrapes in, man. I might have had to use the rosewood, eh? I still might, you know. I may not end up using this fretboard. Did you hear that, Terry? I may not end up using this fretboard. Did I say that, Terry? Did I say that? I'm marking it up anyway. Yes, more complexity. My God. Oh my God, you guys. In the comfort of your packet of Cheetos, sure, add more complexity. Yeah, why not? Nom, 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 chomp, chomp, chomp. More Cheetos, more Cheetos. Yeah, complexity. Oh, man, you guys make me laugh. Terry, remind me to buy some white binding. I'm out. Oh, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's bind it with wood. How about that idea, Terry? Should I use plastic binding? Should I use wood binding? Can we please have a poll? Go. What say you? Oh, wood binding. Yep, wood. We get some nice light colored cypress or some nice light sassafras. And we use that for binding. Orby, would you like Orby? Does Orby like wood bound Gibson necks? Would he like wood bound Gibson necks? Is the question. That should be the poll. Yes or no? Maybe next year. They're the three options. Does Orby like wood bound Les Paul necks? Fretboards. 24 and 3/4 inch scope. I should make a 30-inch baritone. The other question I have, another poll after this one, will be, should Manny make a 30-inch baritone Strat or Telly? That's a poll for another day. Wood or plastic binding? My God, you've actually done the poll. I didn't think you would, but anyway. I think the answer is unanimous. It's going to go wood, isn't it? It's going to go wood, isn't it? I know it's going to go wood. You know what really looked cool? I mean, it's over the top, but could you imagine mother of pearl binding? Wow, that's a truckload of shell, right? Talk about overkill. Talk about overkill. Let's go backwards. Orby has spoken. That's right. Absolutely. Greg has laid down the smack. He has smacked down the truth. And the truth shall set you free, Dana. So put your Cheetos packet down and get into it. Miss Complexity. Give you complicated. Ha! Mother of pearl. Leslie, don't be ridiculous. We'd have to drain the ocean to get enough mother of pearl to bind this fretboard. What are you talking about? Start diving. Get your bell on and start diving. Miss Pearl Diver, we need to get lots of shell. Too much, in fact. Too much, in fact. It isn't feasible. Is it feasible, Terry? Probably not. Terry would know because she knows all about feasibility because of the audits. Are audits feasible, Terry? I hate audits, she says. I hate audits. I hear you. They are a pain in the posterior. Absolutely. Frets. First fret. Sharp knife. Sharp pencil. First fret. Second fret. Second fret. Now, I can barely see the dots. There we go. Let's do that again. Okay. Second fret. First fret's good. Third fret. We're going to bind it. I've decided we're going to bind it, guys. Let's do it. Wood binding, that's the way to go. We're going to rock and roll with wood binding. Let's do that. Heck, let's do that. It's going to look awesome. Awesome. Where is my other? Okay, there it is. Wow, these are hard to see. This lead pencil. I need softer pencils, I think. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm only up to 5. Let's switch. I might direction. There we go. Oh, that's better. I can see that better now. Join the dots. 7. Join the dots. Crunchy, not puffy. Cheesy poofs. Wood binding 100%. A massive response of 4 people. You guys, talk about going all out. Fantastic. Although, as Dana said, Orby has spoken. We don't need a poll. Orby, start thinking. I need you to start dreaming up potential pickups for this thing. We might even get some Orbies in this thing. What do you say, man? Are you up for it, dude? Do we want to get some classic vibe in this thing or what? Tell me if you're interested. Tell me if you're interested on a collab. We can collab, bro. That's so Gibson, Tom. Who wants to be Gibson? Ha! I like white binding too. I did that for the arch top I made. Did you see that? I may have shown you that. Yeah, I think I showed you that because I threaded it the other week. That's white binding. It actually looks good with a little bit of oil, or not even oil, a little bit of poly over it. It ages it a little bit. There's a little bit of tint, a little bit of oxidation there, and it just goes a little bit antique white, even antique white, which you can buy, the off-white, the cream binding. That makes it look a little bit more vintage. I don't like stark white. Wood will look really good. Wood will look sensational. When you see some of the cypress I've got, man, it's white, it's clean. Even the sassafras, it's beautiful, and it's got that little creamy color. It's going to look really vintage mint. Let me tell you. Deadpan, what's right? I like dark turtle shell. Dark turtle shell is interesting, not for binding, but I get it. I get it. I hear you. How are you, man? Deadpan, what's going on? Are you well? Tell us. What is happening in your world? Do you have ink? Is your pen still dead? Did you buy more ink? That's the question that everyone is asking. Ha! It's not white. Yeah, poly. Yeah, it depends on. I guess it depends on the UV if it's got UV inhibitors or not. It can go yellow. Poly goes yellow, but not after the first coat. I think you need 3 or 4 coats for it to start yellowing to see that difference. But yeah, white bond went yellow. That's why you got that blue. That blue guitar turned to purple because of the yellowing. Mind you, it had 10 coats on it, so you're probably right. Getting down to the business end down here. Okay, we've marked them out. Something doesn't look right. Now, I'm just going to suss out some block inlays before I do anything else. Let me just check this out. I'm going to check these and see what they look like. I might order different shape ones and do something different. But we'll get the old vintage ones out. And we'll see what I like the old blocks. They look great, especially when they're polished. Let me just fit these and see what we look like. Heck, man. Three, 5, 7, 9. 12. 15. 40 years old. That's awesome, man. Rosewood's beautiful. I love it. I love the sound of that. Dots or snowflakes? I could shape these. I could actually shape these to be Gibson-esque flutes. For example, let me do this one because I can. Let me come back. I'll just mark that first. Let's just convert one and see what they would look like if I did do a trapezoidal style. I tend to call it more of a fleur type curvy number. Let me get a center line down here and let's do some experimentation because I could probably shape these whatever I wanted. Okay, so if I want to say enter, put a bit of a curve on them. Is it going to make my life difficult? It is when it comes to cutting them. But you get it. Let me go and cut these, shape these quickly and tell me if you prefer that shape. Back in a flash. See, we can start doing this. you scallop those away and you get the trapezoid. And as they get wider, that gets more prominent on the ends there. It's something different. Do you guys prefer that? I probably prefer those blocks. Do this one as well. We'll do this one as well. Let's do that one and check it out. You'll get my drift, if you know what I mean. You'll get my drift. 27, 27, 28, so that's 14 less. They get narrower as we go. So the effect is like they shrink. If that's halfway, let's get to 5 in. Back again in a second. You know what I mean? You start getting those staggered. Anyway, we might do that. I've started that now. I'm going to keep going. So let's mark all these up. While I'm here, I may as well. Hey, that fits nicely. That fits nicely. Let's get this guy done. Let's mark these up. Ooh, they're starting to get wider now, so the effect's going to be a lot different. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. I think they're going to look good. I think they're going to look good as they get wider down the bottom. They fan out. Let's finish these and then we'll call it quits for the day. Ah. Keep going. This is 35, 36, 18, 5 off the end. Arc going. Damn. Okay. Set one. This guy. Now they're getting thin. So you'll notice the shape shifts quite considerably. 38, 39, 19. That'll start looking like little wedges now. And one more. Okay, so we've got all those marked out. And we just need to grind those and place them on here. So I'll quickly go and grind these down. And I'll be back in about 2 minutes and then we'll wind up and see what it looks like. Go, what's going on? What's happening, man? Yes, I did yesterday. How are you, buddy? Pete dropped in yesterday. He played about 5 of my guitars, 4 or 5 of them. He liked them. Gave me some good constructive feedback, just to tweak a couple of things from his perspective as a player. Yeah, it was really good. I really, really enjoyed my time with him. He's awesome. He's a great man. He's a great man. What a yeah, he's good. He's awesome. Okay, let me grind these. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's go with the flow. Here we go. Three, 5, 7, 9. 3, 5, 7, 9. 12. 15. 17. 19. 21. Now they look a little bit more interesting. Let's pop that on the screen. There we go. Da-da-da-da. Okay, are we more familiar with these guys? Does that look more like a Gibson neck? Not that we're trying to be a Gibson neck, but is that better than just blocks? Terry, what do you think? Is that better than just blocks? A little bit of a transition. We like that. We like that. It's better, yes. You're still not happy, I can tell. Anyway. You're still not happy, I can tell. We've upset you again. And that's not going to fly, let me tell you. Archeros is on. I'm just going to see who we're going to raid in a second. Astro's on. Jonathan on. Hemel Audio. We'll go to Archie. Archie. Hard type. They're all different. Yeah, it's doing your head in, isn't it? Because it's not uniform. It has to be uniform, but it has to be non-uniform, but in a uniform way so that your uniform brain can accept it. Even though they're not uniform, they can't be uniform because that's too boring. They need to be uniform in their non-uniformity. Am I right? Am I right? If that works. That about sums it up. It should. I just covered all areas there. I already have a rating progress. Okay, good. Thanks for telling me. This system is really giving me the irrits. Okay, guys and girls, guess what? I'm done for now. I'll be back tomorrow. So hang in there. We'll see you then. Be good. Look after each other. Have a great evening. Have a great morning. Have a great day wherever you may be. It's Manny from the Guitar Show. Going to go and have something to eat now and have a bit of a relax for the afternoon. I've got a lot of paperwork to do actually, and I don't want to start. It's like auditing with Terry. Okay, guys and girls, I will see you soon. Tomorrow. Okay, catch you then. Bye.